All right, and good morning, and welcome to our Wednesday shift, our midweek shift. Hi, my name is Oliver Blue, and I am your coach for this very moment. And we're going to, boy, say Wednesday came so fast. Like we just did our Monday boost, and here we are with Wednesday. And so remember, on Monday, we talked about the competitive mind versus the creative mind. And it is the creative mind that we really want to operate in. Why? Because that is our natural way of operating, out of a mind of abundance, operating out of an expansive place where uh, there are unlimited opportunities. And it's not about how fast we go, it's not about a win lose, but it really comes down to uh, a calmness of mind and understanding that we live in a universe that as soon as you move in the direction of something that you love, that which you love moves back into your direction with an equal or equivalent effort. And so today we want to, first of all, let me share a quick story with you. I have a friend that I was recently at their home, and this friend actually works for a one of the most notable cable networks where you get your television service. And my friend's been working for this company for over 20 years. And we wanted to watch a show that had already been on. I said, well, we can go back and watch it on demand. And he said, what do you mean watch it on demand? I said, we can go back and watch the show on demand. If it was recorded, we can go back and demand that the show be broadcast for us right now, even though it had already passed. And he said, well, I don't know how to work that. So I took his remote, went to the right feature, on demand feature, and brought up the show. And he said, wow, I just never knew that I could do that. But just think about it, all the time that feature was available to him. And he even worked for the company that provides that feature. So to me, that was a funny story. And but what I have learned in my own life is that once I became unstuck, once I became free from my own limiting beliefs, free from my past, oh, that was a huge one, to let go everything in the past. When I became free from my childhood conditionings, when I became free from this world's um, conditioning, and begin to understand that I was 100% responsible for my own life and the results that I was getting in my life, and that I could move from living by default. And to live by default is to live under all of these conditionings and all of these limited beliefs and being uh, conditioned by our past. You know, that's what it means to live by default, where you go out into the world every day and you just, with a competitive mind, and you try to make it happen, and you got all these moving parts, and but there is these doubts and fears and limited ideas that you have about your own self, your own abilities, just all this, conditioning and programming that we've all been a part of. But once I broke free from being stuck in that default mentality and began to get over to the creative side of myself, where I understood that I was an unlimited being, that I live in a friendly universe, that life is for me and not against me. And I came to understand that I can now live from my creative side and actually begin to create a life on demand. I could create a life on demand, just like you can use your on-demand feature to watch any program at any time by your design. And I took that idea and finally realized that, you can create your own life on demand. You have that capacity, you have that ability. More so, you have the desire for more in your life. You have desire for different results in your life, to live in the home that you want, to drive the car that you want, to have the friendships that you want, to have the mates that you want, to have the career or the business that you want, to read the books that you want, to travel where you want, to eat where you want, to do anything in life that you want, that you could actually create your life on demand. And this was the day that I got set free from the conditionings of this world. This was the moment in my life where I became free, when I became aware of this thing in me called life, this abundant life that has been placed in me and within all of us, and that we all have a right to experience life at whatever level we desire, that you could actually create your life on demand. And boy, that was the day that I everything changed for me. And so, hey, it's really that simple. This urge for more in our life, the impulse for more love, for more joy, for more peace, for more experiences, to create a legacy for our families, to be able to do more, to give more, to create more, to share more. All this is coming from the essence of who we are, and it'll never go away. And so creating your life on demand is a very simple process. First of all, you have to know that is available for you. And it is available for everyone. And so then there's, 2 or 3 simple steps that we take. Once you realize that you can create your life on demand or by design, then the first thing you have to do is decide for what you want. What is it that you want? This is where now you're using your creative part of your being. You're using your creative mind versus the competitive mind, because you realize that not only can you create a life on demand, but everyone else. And there's plenty. There's abundance for everyone. We don't have to compete for it. There is an abundance of resources here for all of us. And so the first thing, again, you have to do is decide for what you want. You have to know what you want. When we work with clients here at All Things Truly, the Truly Live and Truly OB, that's the first question we ask people. What would you love? And sometimes we get these stared response. What do you mean, what would I love? What would you love? You have to decide for what you want. The universe is friendly towards all of us, waiting to understand, what do you want? And so you have to know what you want. That is step 1. Step 2, once you know what you want, once you use your imagination to decide for what you would love, then you use your mental ability to write it down. And so you create what we call, or design, a blueprint for what you want. And in that blueprint, you be very specific about what you want, where you want to live, what you want to live in, what you want to drive, who you want to be with, what you want for your family, and all the details of where you want to, what do you want to do? What do you want to give? What do you want to share? Be very detailed in the core areas of your relationships, your health and wellness, your relationship with money and time. How do you want your money and time to be? What about your job and career? Do you want to build a business? What is it that you want to do? How do you want to serve humanity? How do you want to give back? Your spiritual condition, your state of mind. Be very detailed about designing the blueprint for your life. And then finally, with what you got, take an inventory of where you are and what you have, and from there, do what you can to move in that direction of the blueprint. That becomes your vision. That becomes it becomes your roadmap to the on-demand life that you're now creating. So here on this Wednesday shift, we want you to consider shifting how you have thought about your very own life. Have you been living by default? Have you been living by the conditioning of this world? Have you been living by your fears or your lack of awareness? Have you been living by, you know, what the government is saying or what the news is saying? You know, they say, well, we're in an economy. Well, in a competitive environment, you know, it said that we're in a recession. In a competitive environment, you know, that's the way the competitive mind thinks. But in a creative mindset, we say we're not in a recession. No, we're in a progression. we're in a creative mode. We are creating on demand. We're going to create our own economy. That's how a creative mind thinks. So where are you? Take an examination on this Wednesday. And if you have to, shift your mindset. Because once you shift your mindset and shift the way you have operated in the past and now have become a creator on demand, everything can change for you. It changed for me, and it's continuing to change. And so, this is Oliver Blue from Truly, All Things Truly, where we help people who feel stuck get unstuck and begin to create more happiness and fulfillment in their life on demand. Have a happy Wednesday. We'll be back on Friday for our sprint to the weekend. And until then, peace. Bye-bye.